On this huge planet of ours, we've got about 195 different countries. They've each got their own political system. Some of these include Kim Jong-il's North Korean dictatorship. This is a post he inherited from his father. As a dictator, he holds all the power. He can even make dogs wear hats if he wants to. Hey, look at him. There's communism, such as in Fidel Castro's Cuba. In a communist system, everything's based on the needs and the ability of everyone in the community. And then there's Iran. Iran has a constitutional theocracy, which basically means it's strongly influenced by the principles of the majority religion. Here at home in Britain, we have a constitutional democracy. This means that people, or constituents as they call us, vote for someone from their area to make decisions on their behalf. These people are called members of parliament, and they get to meet up and have arguments just for us.
The role of an MP is not just to represent constituents, but to split your time between being in the constituency and in Westminster. In Westminster, you take part in debates, ask questions of ministers, help to scrutinise legislation and vote for legislation or against it if you don't support it.
An MP's got two jobs. In your local area, the MP's meant to fix your local problems. So if your school's all messed up and the electricity goes and you can't get it fixed, we're the people who are meant to sort out the problem.
Politics affects absolutely everyone in this country and abroad, even you. You may not think you're old enough to be affected by politics, but even indirectly, it affects most aspects of yours and your family's lives. It determines how much tax your parents pay, or how much you might get paid for a part-time job. It determines how often your household waste gets collected, and whether it's recycled or incinerated, and the consequences that both have on the planet. Politics affects how big or small a part religion and faith have on policy decisions within your community, and how much funding your school or university gets, and what they can spend that money on. It determines how much police are paid, and how they do their jobs, and how successful the justice system is in dealing with those people that the police arrest. It dictates the way the NHS is funded and how you or your family are treated if you have to go to hospital or you see a doctor. No, not that kind of doctor. That's better. Perhaps not. Forget that bit. Politics affects how big a part Britain plays in Europe and what kind of currency we use, like the pound, the dollar or the euro, and the effect this has on our economy. It also affects how many representatives we have in the European Parliament at any one time. Sometimes politics determines whether or not Britain and its allies go to war with another country, and the global implications those choices have. But it also allows us civil rights to voice our opinions through peaceful public protest, and sometimes ensures the accountability of those who make decisions that the public are not happy with. No way. Without politics and politicians such as Ronald Reagan, Margaret Thatcher, Richard Nixon and George W. Bush, we wouldn't have some of the most influential bands of all time. Just ask your parents. Okay, so you're not yet old enough to vote in a general election, but that doesn't mean you can't get involved. Pick up a broadsheet newspaper like The Independent or The Times. There's always loads of political news in those. Join the UK Youth Parliament. They even get to go to Westminster and play their part by giving their opinions to the decision makers. If you can't get there yourself, you can always watch the highlights on YouTube. You can get online and check out news agency websites like ITN or the BBC. And you can even get podcasts from MPs in your area to find out about current issues. So get involved and make a difference. Don't forget, it's your world too.